Only the first phase of the mandir is complete, which is the garbhagriha, and the mandir will only be completed by December 2024. And as per the Congress, the BJP putting forward the inauguration of the Ram Mandir ceremony is only to get electoral gains before Lok Sabha elections. And why would a party do so when the Ram temple is incomplete structurally?
The Congress party officially stating that its senior leaders will not be there in Ayodhya on the 22nd of January should come as no surprise. Now that a temple has come up there, the very fact that they are saying they won't be there, it is part of what they've always believed, that they didn't want a temple there. And saying that this is an event of the BJP or the Congress or the RSS, this is an excuse. Because in reality, this does not fit with the Congress party's own thinking. Otherwise, they would have been there out of affection.
अयोध्या का जो इन्विटेशन था प्रभु राम जी की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का 22 जनवरी का, उसको ठुकरा दिया है, मना कर दिया है। ठीक है, कांग्रेस की अपनी मर्जी है, लेकिन उन्होंने जो साथ में ये लिखा कि ये बीजेपी का इवेंट है, मुझे लगता है इसकी मैं कड़े शब्दों में निंदा करता हूँ। ये किसी भी धार्मिक आस्था के खिलाफ है। कांग्रेस को ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। वो ठीक है, सोनिया जी का या उनके परिवार का प्रभु राम में आस्था ना हो, वो सनातन धर्म में उनकी आस्था ना हो, लेकिन हम लोगों की आस्था अलग अलग धर्मों में हो सकती है, लेकिन हम सबको एक दूसरे के धर्म का सम्मान भी करना चाहिए और दूसरे की खुशी में शामिल भी होना चाहिए।
जो राम भक्तों को अराजक तत्व समझते हैं, जो राम की भक्त से ईर्ष्या करते हैं, उनसे यही कल्पना हो सकती थी कि वो पहले कहेंगे कि मुझे मिला नहीं, जब मिलेगा तो कहेंगे जाएंगे नहीं। ये सब एक तरीके की इनकी मानसिकता जो है विदेशी मानसिकता से ऊपर उठ नहीं सकते। और ये राम मंदिर का जो निर्माण है, ये देश की ऐतिहासिक घटना है, पूरा देश आह्लादित है और मैं समझता हूँ ये एक अलग विचारधारा लेकर चलना चाहते हैं।
What Congress party is doing, it is not surprising at all. They are Ravan Premis. So how do you expect a Ravan Premi will come to Pran Pratishtha of Bhagwan Shri Ram? Who the hell they are to tell that whether temple is not fully constructed and whether the Pran Pratishtha can be done or not? This simply shows that what type of love, respect, faith, trust you have in Bhagwan Shri Ram. Whole of our nation, Bharat, is Rammay in today's date. We all are eagerly waiting for 22nd of January when Pran Pratishtha will happen. And the political parties who have always been deep into appeasement politics, who show themselves as the brand ambassador of one particular religious community, do you think that they are going to attend Pran Pratishtha? Of course not. It is better they stay away from it because we do not want any sort of negative energy around the positive energy.
All right, viewers, this is not a knee-jerk reaction. The invitation went over 20 days ago, so clearly thought over by the Congress to come up with this rejection. They say they respectfully decline because, number one, they feel that it is a project, a political project of the BJP and the RSS, not something of devotion or faith. Number two, they say the mandir is incomplete. Why is it that the Bharatiya Janata Party has moved the inauguration right before Lok Sabha election when only phase 1 of the temple is complete? Well, on the other hand, the Congress will clearly by this decision run a risk of being called anti-Hindu. The BJP has already gone to town by calling the Congress party a party which is up to appeasement of the minority community. Let's cut across to our reporters. Akshata joins me from Ayodhya, Polami Saha in the studio with me, Gaurav Sawant, who spent a considerable time in Ayodhya, joining us from the newsroom. Akshata, coming to you, one big factor that the Congress has picked up, Akshata, is the reason for declining the invitation is that the mandir is not ready. Mr. Mishra, who also spoke to India today, had said that the project or the Ram Mandir will be completed in entirety in only December 2024. But the first phase is over. 3 phases are pending. The garbhagriha, like you pointed out, the construction of that is over. The rest of the temple remains.
That's right, Preeti. While the Congress has said that this is an incomplete mandir timed to, in fact, the elections, that's why the Pran Pratishtha ceremony is happening on 22nd January. They are right in the sense that, yes, the mandir is incomplete. But no, the ceremony isn't going to take place on 22nd January and then doors closed. Devotees will be allowed to visit the temple, so it's going to be very much open post that as well. And as you pointed out, Nripendra Mishra did highlight that this is an ongoing project. It's going to take till the end of this year. So what you see at the temple site is a lot of work that's underway right now. You see it from outside, it looks very raw. It doesn't look very complete. Though they say finishing touches will be done by 22nd January, we're still 12 days away from that date. Inside the temple, and again, when you go from the side of the mandir, which I did today, you don't really see much of the structure. It's not got the height that you see when you see the final project or the blueprint of the project. That's because they're ensuring that till the first floor of the temple, which is the garbhagriha and the first floor where there will be more idols placed, that is ready for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And that's what's necessary also for the ceremony or for devotees to be able to offer their prayers. The stones that add to the height of the mandir, that's part of the next phase of the project. So it's those cosmetic changes that are yet to take place, the beautification which will happen over the next few months, and that's been made very clear by the administration as well. The Congress has used that to say that, look, why didn't you go ahead with the inauguration only once the project was complete? That would have meant essentially that they held off on the mandir inauguration till 2025. That's where it would have been officially possible if, as the Congress wanted, the government waited for the beautification work to really get completed per se. So that is one reason really that they've cited. But from what I saw of the mandir, yes, it's incomplete, but for the Pran Pratishtha, it's very much complete.
All right, the Pran Pratishtha, which is going to take in the Garbhagriha, is complete, that area. The Congress says the mandir isn't. I want to also bring in Gaurav, who was in Ayodhya, spent a fair amount of time over the course of the last 1 month. Gaurav, in your interview, Nripendra Mishra also made a point that the first phase is over. It's in 4 phases, and the mandir will only be complete by December 2024. But like you pointed out earlier, where the ceremony will take place on the 22nd, that area is complete.
So, all of this is moving as per plan, a plan that was made when on court orders, a Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Teerth Kshetra was formed, a trust was formed. That trust actually laid out the roadmap for the construction, and it was a public roadmap. None of this was kept hidden. As you rightly pointed out, when I interviewed Nripendra Mishra, who's the chairman of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Construction Committee, he made it very clear. By January 2024, the aim was by December 2023, the Garbhagriha portion should be completed, and that is done. Yesterday, India Today was the first channel to put out images of the golden doors, gold-plated doors that have come up, and additional doors are also coming up. If you look at the floor, the ceiling, the lighting, all of this, it's actually spellbinding. Now, for those who've actually seen Ram Lala, initially in a disputed structure, then in a tent, then in this makeshift temple, this wait has virtually been eternal. First for 14 years, as Ayodhya Vasis say, when Lord Ram was in Vanvas, and then over 500 years waiting to get that temple. So every day, the wait actually becomes more difficult for Ayodhya Vasis and for the Sanatan Dharma believers. They say they cannot wait even a day after 22nd. Naturally, on 22nd, it's the saints and seers and the holy people, majority of them, about 3,000 plus, who will do their first darshan. Then the other VVIPs who've been invited. Then the temple complex on 23rd will remain closed for the general public. From the 24th morning, it begins for general public. Then when phase 2 begins, and that happens almost simultaneously, darshan can go on as will construction, and that's just the main temple complex. What goes on till end 2024 and even 2025 are the 7 other temples that are coming up, including of Shabri,
Right.
Nishad Raj Kevat, Maharshi, Vishwamitra, Valmiki, Vashisht, and
Okay.
Agastya. So it's a huge complex and will take
Right.
time.
All right, I want to just cut across immediately to Rahul Gautam, who's joining us from the AICC headquarters. Rahul, one thing is clear. This is not a reaction or a rejection, or what the Congress might want to call it, respectfully declining the invite as a knee-jerk reaction or in a hurry. They've had the invite for over 20 days. They've had enough time to mull over it. It's been a thought-over decision. What led them to decline the invite while running the risk of being called anti-Hindu?
Well, Preeti, on 4th of January, Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, they held a meeting with the Congress leaders who have come across from all the, from all the states of the country. And that point of time, Rahul Gandhi said that we should not play, into BJP's narrative. We should not fall into BJP's narrative. Essentially saying that we should not go and touch emotive issues. So you can say on the same sidelines now, a decision has been made that the ceremony that is going to be held on January 22 is essentially a BJP RSS event, and also you can say that this
All
is,
right.
in a way, has
Rahul,
set
I'm going to come in
political
because
tone.
right now there is one Rahul who's above everyone else, and that's Rahul Narvekar, who's